New strategies for helping support small businesses affected by the Washington Bridge closure coming out of Smith Hill. One such solution out of the McKee administration is reallocating $400,000 to market the places that are most impacted. Jake Holter joins us now live from Cranston with what businesses say they need right now. Jake?
Well, Mike, people that we spoke with said that tax breaks such as with payroll tax or support similar to the PPP loans that went out during the pandemic would be most helpful in keeping these businesses afloat.
They're facing another existential moment.
It's been awful for us, as for so many people, but we are on the road all the time.
Frustration abounds for small businesses that have taken a hit since the Washington Bridge breakdown.
I mean, I know I'm not alone, but when you have a small business that's this small, it's such a huge impact.
And while a lack of customers has been a glaring issue for some businesses, the small fees and extra expenses are also adding up quick.
If you wear the hat of the person who produces the food and then distributes the product, that person told us that she's now mailing her product from Warren to Providence because she can't take the risk that driving it is going to hang up her day for potentially hours each way that she just doesn't have.
So in turn, relief on some of the small government fees are what businesses are saying they want.
The loan piece isn't really what we're looking for right now. We're looking for some type of tax relief, some type of tax benefit.
Grant money is always appreciated, but that doesn't really ameliorate what we have to go through, day in and day out.
Frayden telling us that any help that small businesses can get is great, but the problem won't be fixed until the bridge is back open. Live in Cranston, Jake Holter, 12 News.
And now that we're looking at a years-long project to replace the bridge, some wonder if the measures the governor announced yesterday are enough. Jake Holter tells us what he's heard. Jake?
Well, Mike, folks we spoke to say that they are pleased that a hearing was held last night to discuss how to help small businesses in the wake of all this uncertainty. They do say that there's still a lot more that needs to be done.
Everything has just been so difficult.
Elizabeth Frayden is the owner of Betta Bakes, a line of local gluten-free snacks. She says the breakdown of the Washington Bridge has put a strain on her business.
If I send staff, it's at least twice the time. We've had our first fender bender because traffic has been so intense and, everybody's trying to jockey and figure out the new lanes and, all of that stuff.
Frayden makes her product at Hope in Maine, a culinary incubator in Warren. Hope in Maine founder Lisa Raiola says in a survey of the dozens of businesses operating through Hope in Maine, 60% say there's been an impact on their commute in the last 5 months and 40% said they lost revenue.
Facing these barriers, unfortunately, is going to put a number of businesses under, even if it's just like that one day they get up and their staff calls in sick or they just won't come over the bridge. One more bill gets higher for them. They aren't going to want to do this anymore.
Frayden saying she appreciates what the state government is trying to do, but says the problem won't be fully remedied until the bridge is back open.
It's a super thin margin, and it makes a huge impact on the bottom line. And for myself, and I know other businesses, like the relief has been in the form of loans, and nobody I know needs another loan.
Now, other proposals brought up include payroll tax breaks or even support similar to PPP loans like there were during COVID. For now, reporting live in Cranston, Jake Holter, 12 News.